Welcome to episode 5 of Modern Toyfare. Today we're going to take a look at the DC Icons series Nightwing. First we're going to take a look here at the packaging. As you can see, it has the nice big open facing window on the front. You can see all of the accessories in the figure. On the side here we have the number 24, which is what number he is in the series, the Nightwing logo, and the DC Icons logo. Also shows that this design is from the Hush Silence line. On the back we have the DC Icons logo, the rest of the figures in this set that just recently came out with Supergirl and the Superboy and Robin. On the other side we just have more of that open window with Nightwing written on it and the number 24 also at the top. And then on the top of the box we just have the Nightwing logo, and on the bottom of the box we just have all of their warning labels saying please don't put this dick in your mouth. So that's it for the box. Let's crack them open and see how he turned out. Doo-doo. Alright, so here he is out of box. First glance, he looks absolutely fantastic. I love the way the blue pops off of the, with the gloss finish off of the matte black. Here up close, you can see not a whole lot of detail in the face, but it's a comic book action figure, so I'm okay with that. If you look, though, at his hair, they definitely put a lot of effort into the molding. A lot of different textures throughout the top, sides, and back there. Again, the blue really stands out with that gloss finish with the matte black. They made sure to give Nightwing his 8-pack. And then spin him around here so you can kind of see the amount of detail. Not a lot of shading or anything, it's just kind of flat black all throughout the figure with just the blue. When you get down to the boots, though, those are done with the gloss finish, so that way you can kind of tell a difference between where his tights end and where the boots start. Overall, so far, really impressed with just the way this figure looks. Doo-doo. Alright, now we're going to take a look here at the articulation. The Icons line is definitely well known for how well articulated they are. We're going to start with his head. He does have the tilt up is not that great. The tilt down is really well done, though. He does have a little bit of tilt side to side. And then, of course, he does have the 360-degree left and right on his arms. They don't go very far up, which is kind of surprising as far as from a side point. They have the full 360-degree up and down, though, and then he does have the bicep joint, so that way you can twist his arm. He does have the double joint elbows, which are becoming a lot more standard these days. He does have a forearm twist, which is cool, but it makes it so the blue kind of becomes out of line and looks weird. He, of course, has the wrist joint, which twists and then has the forward and backward bend. I would say be very careful because DC Collectibles is very well known for having the joints snap if you're too rough with them. I usually like to run them out under some hot water before I even bother messing with them. Let's take a look here at his midsection. He does have a little bit of bend backwards. Not as much forward, but that's fine. He has both the midsection crunch and he also has a chest pivot, so you can kind of twist him side to side and kind of move him forward and backwards a little more, which is really cool. I like that they're adding that to a lot more figures these days. So let's take a look at his hip joints. Have quite a bit forward, backward, and side-to-side motion. One thing I do not like about these hip joints is the fact that they are a solid piece, so it makes some poses very difficult to do. As you can see, he does have the double jointed knees. His boots do twist at the shin, and then he does, of course, also have a decent amount of ankle pivot. both side to side and up to down, which is always real nice, especially if you like to, if you're an out-of-box collector and you like to pose your figures on your shelf. Overall, aside from the hip joints, I really like the amount of articulation they put into these figures. Doo-doo. Alright, now let's take a look at some of the accessories that come with this figure. First up is his right hand that is for holding his baton. It is at a little bit of an angle, which definitely opens up for a lot more options when posing him. Next is going to be his left hand, which is also open to be able to hold his baton. However, this one is a little more of a kind of straight up and down instead of having that angle that the other hand has. He also has a left hand with the two fingers out, which is seen in a lot of poses, especially in some of the covers from back when the Hush series was around. And then of course he does come with his two batons. They are just a flat black, but and they're pretty simplistic, but they don't really need to be anything special. And finally he comes with a grappling hook, which has a like battering at the end, but you'd think it would have more of like a Nightwing symbol at the end, but who knows. It is weird though, it has this little black piece at the end. I'm not sure if that's for him to hold, or if maybe there's another figure that's in the series that has a grappling gun that you stick that in. I'm going to have to look into that and find out though. Doo-doo. Alright, well that covers everything. Here he is posed. Overall, I'm extremely happy with the way this figure turned out. Definitely, I'd say at least in the top 3 best Nightwing figures that we've gotten so far. At this point, aside from getting more high-end Nightwing figures, this may actually be one of the, hands down, the best Nightwing figure we've received. That's going to wrap it up, though, for episode 5 of Modern Toyfare. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more, make sure to check out the rest of our content here at Media Junkie. Also, go ahead and make sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys for the next episode 6, where we'll be taking a look at some custom figure pieces that I've picked up. So make sure to check back in.